How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the second wave of the summer sale that runs until August 13th, so you've got about a week to grab any of the deals I've covered. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history and are at least a 75 on Metacritic. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm working my way towards 5,000 subscribers, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping from me, let's get into the video. Undertale is down to just $9.89, and if you've never played this modern classic, now's the perfect time to finally see what all the fuss is about. It's a quirky, emotional, and frequently hilarious RPG where your choices genuinely matter, not just in terms of dialogue, but in how you interact with every single monster. You can fight, sure, but you can also show mercy, negotiate, or completely avoid violence, which makes for a deeply personal experience. The combat system is simple but creative, blending turn-based action with bullet hell dodging, and the story hits way harder than it has any right to, especially if you go in blind. It's a 92 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and around 5 hours to platinum. The Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut is down to $5.99, and this is a deep, old-school style dungeon crawler with a modern twist that really rewards patience and exploration. It's got some of that classic first-person grid-based movement, but the combat system uses turn-based strategy that requires thoughtful precisioning and ability usage. The story leans heavily into Celtic myth with a dose of humor and plenty of voice dialogue, and the world design really shines when you're figuring out the puzzles and secret paths in the dungeons. The Director's Cut adds loads of improvements over the original launch, including performance fixes, UI tweaks, and more story content. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. Street Fighter V Champion Edition is $9.99, and even though it had a rough launch, this version is basically the complete package and one of the best fighting game deals you can get right now. It includes every character up through Season 4, all their costumes and stages, and a huge variety of game modes including arcade, versus, training, and an improved online experience. The mechanics are polished and fast-paced, with a focus on learning your character's V-triggers and frame data, so it has a high skill ceiling if you're looking for a long-term game to master. Trophy-wise, this is one of the tougher ones. It's an 82 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and around 150 hours to platinum. Lethal League Blaze is just $7.99, and an absolute sleeper hit if you're into fast-paced, competitive action games with a unique vibe. It's like a mix of Smash Brothers and Pong, where you smack a ball back and forth with increasing speed and try to knock out your opponent. The soundtrack absolutely slaps, it's got this funky, futuristic street style, and the gameplay is easy to pick up but deceptively deep, especially in multiplayer. Whether you're playing locally or online, it's got the kind of chaotic energy that never gets old. It's an 82 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and around 40 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. Dishonored Death of the Outsider is on sale for $5.99 and is a standalone expansion to Dishonored 2 that lets you step into the shoes of Billy Lurk, an assassin trying to bring down the mysterious outsider. It's a tighter, more focused game than the main entries, but still gives you the freedom to play stealthily or go full chaos. The supernatural powers feel fantastic, especially things like Semblance and Displace that let you manipulate the environment and enemies in creative ways. There's also a contract system that adds extra objectives to each mission for more replay value. It's an 82 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. Tekken 7 is just $9.99 and a must-have for fighting game fans, especially if you enjoy deep combat mechanics and a massive roster. This entry introduced rage arts and power crush moves, which make comebacks more intense and fights more dynamic. The story mode is surprisingly cinematic, following the conclusion of the long-running Mishima family saga, but it's the robust online and practice modes that'll keep you coming back. It's one of the more beginner-friendly Tekkens in terms of accessibility, but it still has a high skill ceiling for competitive play. It's an 82 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. The Last Guardian is down to $9.99, and if you're in the mood for a slower, more emotional journey, this one is a must-play. It follows a young boy and a massive griffin-like creature named Trico as they try to escape ancient ruins together. The gameplay revolves around solving environmental puzzles by commanding Trico and figuring out how to use his abilities to overcome obstacles, and the bond between the characters is the real star of the show. It's got that Team Ico vibe, a little janky at times, but beautiful and heartfelt. It's an 82 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and around 25 hours to platinum. Watch Dogs 2 Deluxe Edition is just $8.99 and one of the most fun open-world sandboxes Ubisoft has ever put out. You play as Marcus Holloway, a hacker in San Francisco taking on corrupt corporations and law enforcement through creative and often hilarious means. This edition includes extra customization packs and missions, and the game itself has a really refreshing tone compared to the first Watch Dogs. More colorful, more satirical, and way more fun to just mess around in. Whether you're using drones, RC cars, or full-blown system hacks, there's tons of variety in how you approach each mission. It's an 82 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. Ultros is $9.99 and one of the most visually striking Metroidvanias you'll ever see. The art style is psychedelic and surreal, almost like a trippy graphic novel in motion. You wake up on a mysterious alien ship and have to fight, explore, and farm your way through looping timelines and branching environments. The combat has a satisfying rhythm to it, with emphasis on dodging and quick attacks, and the game ties your upgrades to a gardening system that's surprisingly deep. There's a big focus on narrative themes of life and rebirth, and it all comes together in a really cohesive package. It's an 81 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and around 30 hours to platinum. Kingdom 80s is down to just $5.99 and is a really clever spin on the Kingdom formula, wrapping its tower defense and resource management gameplay in a nostalgic 1980s summer camp setting. You'll be building up your base, recruiting allies, and defending against waves of greed monsters, all while exploring neon-lit environments and vibing to a synth-heavy soundtrack. It's accessible and chill, but also has enough strategy to keep you engaged across multiple runs. This is a great pickup if you're into pixel art and love short games with strong style. It's an 81 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. We Love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie Special Edition is $9.99 and includes the remastered version of the cult classic sequel along with the Royal Reverie bonus content. It's still the same wonderfully weird and addictive gameplay loop. Roll up everything in sight to grow your Katamari ball until it's large enough to become a star. The visuals are sharper, the controls are smoother, and the extra content adds a few new challenges that tie into the King of All Cosmos' childhood. Whether you're a longtime fan or jumping in for the first time, this is one of the most joyfully strange games out there. It's an 81 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. The Pedestrian is just $5.99 and one of the most creative puzzle platformers you can get on PlayStation, even though it doesn't have a platinum trophy. You play as a stick figure navigating through interconnected signs, monitors, and billboards, rearranging them to create pathways and solve visual logic puzzles. The game doesn't have a single line of text or dialogue, but it tells a surprisingly thoughtful story through its environments and transitions. The puzzles ramp up in complexity in really satisfying ways, and the clean, minimal art direction keeps the focus on solving rather than spectacle. It's an 81 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 2 hours to 100%. Even though this batch of games leans heavy on that 81 to 82 Metacritic range, there's a wild amount of variety here. You've got genre-defining RPGs like Undertale, top-tier fighting games like Street Fighter V and Tekken 7, puzzle games like The Pedestrian, and indie oddities like Ultros and Kingdom 80s, all for under $10 each. There's also solid open world and stealth action with Watch Dogs 2 and Dishonored, a few standout remasters, and even some deep cuts like Bard's Tale 4 for the hardcore dungeon crawler fans. If you're looking to stock up on shorter, platinum-ready games or sink your teeth into something a little meatier, this lineup has you more than covered. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.